Hey everybody, it's Mark the Family Woodworker, and I just bought a brand new, in the box, $10 cordless drill. Okay, full disclosure, it was $12.99 with a $3 rebate. But why would a guy with tools already in the shop even take a look at one of these?
Are you mental?
Well, let's see if spending a single Alexander Hamilton was even worth it. This turned out to be an impulse buy during a Black Friday doorbuster limited quantity super special at my local Menards home center. Menards is a Midwestern U.S. home center similar to Home Depot or Lowe's, or you could just refer to them all as Lonards Depot. I really didn't need another drill, so as we unbox and inspect this drill, let's talk about what this tool actually is and isn't, and if it was worth buying at all. First impressions are good. It was well boxed and came with the basic accessories you'd need in order to operate the drill, namely a battery and a charger. It comes with one 12-volt battery with 1.3 amp hours of battery life, which is not a ton. With the battery attached, it weighs in at 2 pounds 3 ounces, which is significantly lighter than my older brushless motor at 3 pounds 12 ounces. The Ryobi drill, of course, comes with a larger 18-volt battery. The voltage rating is the first clue as to why this model was inexpensive. Modern battery systems can run up to 40 volts for smaller drills and 60 volts for heavier duty tools. 12-volt systems are out of date a bit, and drills like this one are most likely getting closed out. The Autocraft brand also isn't one that Menards normally carries, and the Autocraft company is just a U.S. importer of this Chinese-made tool. The instructions will tell you to call the distributor if you have any questions, of course. Parts and service and phone calls would all be handled through the local distributor here in the U.S. It's also another example we found, like with other import tools, where multiple companies will sell the same basic drill setup, but in different color plastics. You can see the design of the drill is the same for these other brands, though some internal parts might be different. The DeWalt drill specifically uses a heavier duty motor and different battery voltages. Features for this particular drill include a keyless locking drill chuck for easy tightening of any drill or screw bit. It has variable torque settings to control the power when working with softer materials or installing screws into drywall, for example. It also has a level on top of the drill casing to help guide a straight drill hole. It also has a small LED forward pointing work light, not that you should ever be using a power tool in the dark. And the battery pack is pretty easy to lock in place and then unlock for removal. Let's see the drill at work. I'd expect even a $10 drill to be able to handle an inch-thick stack of high-quality commercial-grade Amazon Prime cardboard, right? Man, I hope so. How about 3 full inches of super thick styrofoam? Okay, I got a little bit goofy here, expecting the drill to be a complete disappointment. But let's get serious and poke some holes in some wood. We'll start with 3/8 inch thick cedar. I noticed right away that the motor and the chuck are not turning smoothly, and the drill vibrates in my hand during operation, but it still works. Next, we'll try some 3/8 inch dense MDF, which is not known to be very friendly to drill bits, but the Autocraft does get through that material. Next, we'll try some 1 inch thick common construction grade pine. You can hear the motor struggle a bit, but the drill does make it through the material. I also had a small piece of leftover walnut to try. This was thick, and the walnut is a dense hardwood, but the drill can still get through that block of wood. For the real test, I pulled out a piece of Brazilian ipe, which is one of the heaviest and hardest woods on the planet. I had to speed up the video footage up to the point where the drill actually stopped working. With a trigger reset, the drill did get through the ipe material. I also wanted to see how the Autocraft performed against a couple of other drills that I had in my shop. I set up a hinged piece of 1 inch oak that I could lay on top of each drill as the drills were clamped up in my bench vise. A steel weight will add some of the same pressure on top of the drill bit for each test. The Autocraft drilled through the oak in 43 seconds. Next up was my brushless 18-volt Ryobi cordless drill, not really in the same class as the lighter 12-volt drill, so I expected a better outcome. 19 seconds. The third test ran with my 120-volt corded electric drill, and that surprisingly came in 1 second slower than the brushless 18-volt drill. My final test was for battery life, drilling in a series of heavy-duty construction screws through the plywood and into another piece of red oak, with none of those holes being pre-drilled. Apart from things like deck installations using longer screws, this would be a challenge for any cordless drill. I think the Autocraft did okay here, not better than the 18-volt or 20-volt cordless drill. But hey, it was only $10. I started with 30 screws and did them in batches, drilling them in and then removing them for the next round. I managed to drill in and remove 90 screws with the addition of 25 more screws before the battery finally quit. It just quit. If I were doing a drywall installation test in a small room, I think driving screws through plasterboard into soft pine, the battery might actually make it through that task. So while I think this is great for small tasks and light-duty work like attaching drywall screws, or installing that prized historical artifact that your wife just won't let you display on the main floor of your house, it isn't the heavy-duty beast you might like it to be. But for a $10 or $12 cordless drill, it's just fine. Before finishing this video, I went back to the Autocraft website to see if I could buy it direct, but it's not on their site anymore. It does still show up on the Menards website, and when I last checked, they'll ship it to you if you're interested, though I think these might be limited in supply. For my final summary, I think this is a good option for a low entry fee, and it does what it's supposed to do. It's lightweight and comfortable to hold and, drills holes in stuff. Not great? The motor or gear alignment on my model wasn't perfect on my drill, making it vibrate in my hand during usage. And the battery life was just okay under heavier usage. Overall, I'm happy with my little $10 drill. It's perfect for an apartment or a condo owner who just needs a drill like this for light-duty work once in a while. I bought it to keep it up in the garage rather than me having to run downstairs to the shop to grab my other drill. Overall, this gets 3.5 out of 5 thumbs. It is not actually all that bad. I mean, it really did a pretty nice job with putting in those heavy-duty construction screws into this thick oak. I mean, 10 or 12 bucks? That's a deal. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We don't carry sponsors or ask you for membership donations, so giving us a like and subscribing to the channel really does help us out. Thanks!